Hi, my name is Ken Christensen. I'm the meet referee, and this is the technical meeting for this year's 20th Death Valley Open Water Swim Meet and South Carolina Swimming Open Water Championships. Contact information for meet key personnel, including the meet referee, meet director, and safety officer, are listed on the slide. Feel free to contact any of us with questions relating to the upcoming swim meet. The timeline for the start of the 5K is as follows. Check-in opens at 6:30 a.m. There is a required pre-race meeting at 7:30 a.m. The location of this meeting will be announced on race day. The 5K will start in 5 waves at 5-minute intervals, with the first wave going off at 8 a.m. for the 15 to 18-year-old boys, the second wave at 8:05 for the 15 to 18-year-old girls, the third wave at 8:10 for the 13 and 14-year-old boys, the fourth wave at 8:15 for the 13 and 14-year-old girls, and finally the fifth wave at 8:20, which will be the open men and women competition. The timeline for the 3K is as follows, with check-in opening at 8 a.m. There will be a required pre-race meeting at 9:45 a.m. If you are swimming multiple events at the meet, you're only required to attend one pre-race meeting. So if, for example, you're swimming the 5K and the 3K, you should attend the 5K pre-race meeting. You do not need to attend the 3K pre-race meeting or any other pre-race meeting for events you're swimming for the day. The 3K will start in 3 waves, with the first wave going off at 10:15 a.m., which will be the open boys men. Wave 2 will be at 10:20 with the open girls women. That will be followed at 10:25 by the 11-12 boys and girls. Similarly, the 1K has a check-in time at 10:30 a.m. There's the pre-race meeting at 11:15 a.m. and the 1K is planned to start as 3 waves. The first wave going off at 11:45, which is the open boys men, followed at 11:50 by the open girls women, and at 11:55 the 10 and under boys and girls will go off. The last race of the day is the 500 meter, and check-in for that also opens at 10:30. It has the pre-race meeting is together with the 1K at 11:15 a.m. and this will start in 2 waves. The first wave going off at 12:30, which is the open boys men, followed by the second wave at 12:35 with the open girls women. When you arrive at the venue on race day, there will be volunteers and signs indicating where you should park. Please follow all directions by parking personnel and posted signs where there's no parking so that no one needs to be towed. Once you reach or parked and reach the clerk of course, please follow the posted signs for you to receive your race card and cap. Just to note that this year t-shirts are not included with registration. Also, new for this year, there is no day of registration, so if you're not already entered in the meet, you will not be swimming this year. Swimmers already entered in the meet may be able to add events on the race day. You'll need to see the clerk of course if you would like to add an event on the day of the meet. Next, you'll proceed to the body numbering station. Body numbers should be applied vertically down each arm, horizontally across the back of each shoulder. Lettering should be bold letters approximately 3 inches tall so that they are easily read from 20 to 30 feet. Please do not apply sunscreen prior to receiving your body number. If you do, you need to remove the sunscreen first with some rubbing alcohol and then apply your body number. Please avoid use of sprayed sunscreens on the body number area, as they tend to make the numbers run and not be legible. If you have an illegible number, you will be sent back for renumbering. Finally, finger and toenails should be neatly trimmed. There should be no sharp finger or toenails, and jewelry is not permitted to be worn during the race. The forecast is currently expected to be mostly sunny on race day, with an expected morning low of 67 and an expected daytime high of 88. The expected water temperature is around 82 degrees Fahrenheit. The course is similar to what it's been in previous years, with a dogleg left for the 5K and the 3K. in an out and back format. Please note the addition of a required left turn at the 1,000-meter buoy heading out on the 3K and the 5K. Here's an image of the course map. As you can see over here is the start and finish. For all races, they'll proceed out on the shore side of the buoys. For the 5K and the 3K, swimmers will have to navigate a left-hand turn by passing to the right of this inside buoy at the 1,000-meter mark, and then continue on the shore side until either the turn at the 2,500 for the 5K or the 1,500 for the 3K, and then return on the channel portion, doing a right-hand turn on the outer portion of this outer buoy at the 1,000-meter mark, continuing on into the finish chute and through the finish gate. For the 1K and half K races, again, start here in either one right-hand turn at the 500 or a right-hand turn at the 250, proceeding back into the finish chute and gate. Safety boats are positioned along both sides of the course, and then motor safety boats are positioned just outside the course. Officials will be traveling within the course perimeter, monitoring the swimmers during the race. All races will use an in-water start. Each wave will be admitted to the beach by the start a few minutes prior to the scheduled start of each race, or each wave. You'll need to turn in your race card to get access to the start beach. You'll be directed to get into the water and position yourselves behind an imaginary line that extends from the edge of the dock to the start buoy. The starter and referee will direct you so that everyone gets behind the buoy in a expeditious time. The starter will then raise a flag, which is a get ready signal. At the drop of the flag and the sound of the air horn will signal the start of each wave. When you finish the race, you will need to swim through the marked finish gate. When you do that, you will have finished the race. Please proceed through the gate. Don't stop under the gate, and proceed orderly toward the beach. There will be finish judges, and they will be giving commands to help you stay in order of finish until your place is accurately recorded by the finish judge. At that time, you will have your entry card returned to you. This is very important, not only if you're swimming multiple events so that you can have access to the start of your next event, but also as a way to make sure that all swimmers who entered the water come out. Finally, after all that, you can go and proceed to athlete hospitality for post-race nourishment. USA swimming rules for open water swimming will be used for all races. There are two types of infractions in open water swimming. One results in a yellow flag. Swimmers shall receive a yellow flag for gaining an unfair advantage at the start, for receiving aid from a non-competing person in the form of pacing. This may be pacing using safety craft. Swimmers would receive a yellow flag for this. There are two rules which are not applicable to this meet, as they are for escorted swims. This is an unescorted swim. Finally, a yellow flag can be received for intentional contact or any contact with another swimmer that causes interference. And so please try to give each other adequate room during the race. More serious violations will be the subject of red flags. Swimmers who receive a red flag will be immediately retired from the race. You may receive a red flag by accumulating 2 yellow flag infractions. In this case, the second infraction will result in a red flag. Failing to swim or complete the prescribed course, or swimmers who do not finish the course within the time limit, which is 2.5 hours for the 5K, 1 3/4 hours for the 3K, will be retired by the race. Will be retired from the race. Due to timeline constraints, swimmers will not be allowed to swim outside the time limit to complete the course. If you receive any assistance by pulling on cables, markers, buoys, or buoy lines, that's also a potential red flag violation, or receiving propulsive aid from anyone in boats of any kind. Other infractions that will receive a red flag during the competition come from receiving support from any fixed or floating object. For example, a safety craft. While these safety craft will have water and sports drink, do not grab onto the boat while receiving your drink, nor any other floating object. Finally, any unsporting conduct. Intentionally striking a swimmer will result in a red flag and being removed from the race. A swimmer may withdraw from a race at any time for any reason. All you need to do is signal a safety craft, either a kayak or a motorboat, by waving your hand or some way to get their attention. When the boat approaches, please indicate that you would like to retire from the race. They will signal a safety craft who will come and pick you up and return you to the beach. All swimmers who withdraw from a race will be taken to the medical station before being released back at the venue. While not expected, should any event lead to abandonment of the race, this will be indicated by 5 short blasts on the air horn, followed by 1 long blast, and this will be repeated. For swimmers who are far from the beach, safety craft may use a whistle to indicate the same signal, 5 short blasts followed by 1 long blast, and that will be repeated. Should this signal be given, all swimmers should immediately swim for shore and follow the route indicated on the course map that I'll show you in just a minute, for safety, and then to check in with meet personnel so that all swimmers can be accounted for. We have made a slight modification to the safety plan for abandonment, and that is in the 5K and the 3K. If swimmers are swimming past the water treatment plant, which is located right here at the end of the dike, if you are in this region out here, when you swim to shore, instead of hiking back to the beach, please go to the pavilion located at the Madryn Center, which is right here. The Madryn Center is right here. And meet personnel will come over, check you in, and provide transportation back to the beach. If you are swimming in this area, you should swim to shore and then proceed along the dike back to the clerk of course to check in. This concludes the technical meeting for this year's Death Valley Open Water Swimming and South Carolina Open Water Championship swim meet. If you have any questions about what was covered in the technical meeting, feel free to contact me at kenchris2@gmail.com.